Welcome back. As I mentioned, we have Annie McCary here, who's here on behalf of Third. Well, how are you?
I am wonderful, wonderful. Thank you.
I'm glad you're here. And you had your meeting last week, and now you guys have some updates. And
Yes.
I love the chart. You know, it's very specific, and everybody can see the chart at some point, correct?
Absolutely. We went over this chart at our recent board meeting, and we're showing it here. And of course, a sample of it is going to appear in the next episode of the Village Breeze, so everybody will have their own copy.
Okay, now what is this chart for? What do you use it for?
We use this chart really to inform our residents of what exactly their assessments go toward.
Okay.
As you know, we just had a recent increase in the monthly home assessment for Third Mutual.
Right.
And so we felt it was very important to let people really know what their assessment is going for.
Okay.
And this chart really gives a really good explanation of what the assessments are actually going for.
Okay.
And some of note is really when we pay our assessments, not all of it goes to Third Mutual. Some of it goes to the Golden Rain Foundation as well. And this chart also gives members exactly how much of their assessment is going to Third Mutual and how much is going to the Golden Rain Foundation.
Okay, and that's a great thing to know. And for those people who may be new to Third, maybe they just moved in, maybe they don't know who the Golden Rain Foundation is. Can you give us kind of an overview of what that is?
The Golden Rain Foundation is the trustee for the village. There's a trust, and there's also the is for the amenities.
Right.
The
right.
amenities.
Well, as maintenance, landscaping, all of that stuff too, right?
GRF does have a
Yeah.
portion that goes for, we pay a portion for their landscaping as well.
Okay, all right, good. Well, why don't we kind of go through each one of the little boxes and see what we have?
Okay, so the little boxes, hopefully everyone can see it okay. The first one up at the top just basically tells you where the assessments are going. And by department, you look at the maintenance and construction, and you can see what percentage goes to maintenance and construction, and just some of the things that go into maintenance and construction, damage restoration and manor alterations, those kinds of things make up part of what the maintenance and construction department went. In terms of general services, it has to do with transportation, and I'm looking at that as well. Utilities, electric bill, that goes for utilities within the community center and some of the other departments. Information service. We have a reserve fund that really is required by civil code, which says that we have to have a certain amount of money put aside for anticipated expenses. And so that goes into the reserve fund.
Okay.
We have a disaster fund, and that's a fund that's set aside for repairs and replacement of mutual damages that will occur throughout the year. So now the disaster fund is not required by civil code, but we do have that disaster fund available.
Okay.
Another one of the for our recreation part of the assessment. Basically, we pay $43.25 for the recreation department.
Okay.
Some of the other, like security services, that includes traffic and parking. It includes the RV storage, gate access, some social services, and some of the emergency operations.
Okay.
And then I mentioned earlier about the Department of Recreation. That has to do with some of the clubhouses and the operations, the golf courses, the garden centers, the equestrian center. So a lot of the money goes into these departments, and we think it's really important that residents know exactly where their assessment is going, because we did increase the assessment significantly this year.
Yeah, now, but primarily the increase came from the insurance.
From the insurance.
And that was unfortunate. I mean, it wasn't something you guys could avoid, basically, because you went out to bid, you looked at all these different insurance companies, and because of the value of the village, I mean, it's increased so much that many of these insurance companies just haven't caught up.
Exactly, exactly. And we are required by our governing documents to insure at 100% or whatever we can afford. And so we were able to purchase the amount of insurance that we could actually, that was available on the market at the time.
Exactly. Now that is a ongoing thing for all of you, that you're looking at reducing those costs going forward. But of course, it really, your hands are tied based on whatever the insurance companies come back with.
Exactly, exactly. And so we just basically really want residents to know what the assessments are going for currently, so that we'll know. And up until recently, residents would have to go through this big green book to figure out where all the assessments were. And so this, with the help of media and communication, they were able to put together this slide saying specifically what each amount of the assessment is going toward.
I love that. And I think then, like you mentioned, the next version of the Village Breeze will have this in it. And then also, if somebody wanted that, I'm sure they could find it on the Laguna Woods Village website as well.
Absolutely, you can find it on the website.
Perfect.
Yes.
Well, we appreciate you going through each one of those. That's great information.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks. And if you want more information, of course, you can go see this particular breakdown at the LagunaWoodsVillage.com website, and you can put in Third Mutual and find it there. We'll be right back.